Guys, this is Casey is Raw, and we're going to talk about video games today. We got It's the Costanza, and
What's up?
You've been following DKOldies for a little bit, and you've been getting some crazy view numbers on that.
Yeah, yes and no. It depends. Like, I found them on TikTok. And what happened is, like, I didn't know they were in Pennsylvania. You ever heard of Morgantown?
No. Is that
Okay.
like...
That's in, like, Hershey, I guess, like, Amish country area. I didn't know they were in Pennsylvania until I looked it up.
Is it more on the west side of Pennsylvania?
No, it's more Lancaster County, I guess, area, something like that. It's like...
I don't know.
It's
I really know the east side of Pennsylvania a little bit.
I think it's like way, way, way past, like, not Quakertown, but it's out there.
Okay,
it's because
I know where Quakertown is because I used to go there all the time. But yeah, I would go there and then go to the store just outside Philadelphia called the Classic Game Junkie.
Yeah, but Morgantown is... I didn't know they were there. I was like, oh shit, Morgantown. Okay. I've never been there. I've traveled, but...
I suggest if you go around Philadelphia, find the Classic Game Junkie. I mean, they are honestly hands down the best store.
I've heard of them.
They are great. They have amazing stuff, but yeah. See, I never heard about this until you told me about it, and I was like, and it's like they're overpriced. I was like, well,
I told you because you're the game guru. You used to collect all these games, and I'm like, you have to know about this.
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of times what I like to do is actually go out and about and find this, and I go buy some stuff off eBay. But if I have to go to a website and buy something, to me, it's not as fun.
It's not, no. But a lot of these flea markets are either closing shop because of, the the word that we can't say on here. Everything closed up, remember? So we can't really go anywhere, and a lot of those places shut down.
Are you talking about COVID?
Still can't talk about that on here. YouTube is very strict.
Really?
You can't even say the word stupid on TikTok without getting banned. Come
That's
on.
why. I had ventured off to other platforms because I hear Twitch is very strict.
Twitch is god awful.
But see, I started kind of watching some of these YouTubers like yours too, like where you talking about how DKOldies are a scam and they're overpriced. And I was watching like a channel called, he's a big time YouTuber, Review Tech USA.
Yeah, Crazy Rich.
Yeah, he's funny.
He needs to keep his politics in a cupboard somewhere. He needs to not do that. Come on, people. But when it comes to gaming, yeah, he's
he's an interesting character. I love his whole bit with those glass chickens or roosters, whatever.
You like it when he takes his shirt off. You should do that too.
No, but so he ordered a couple systems. I know he ordered a NES.
Yes.
And it was dirty as hell.
Yeah, do you know the YouTuber Jacob R?
No.
He just did one recently too, and it was it was dust bunnies in it. PS3, $400.
Was it the same dude who also got a 360, I think?
I think it was, I think it's him. It's the kid that wears the hat.
I'm not sure, but it was dirty as hell. And it's not only they don't even open it up to clean them. They don't even bother to put thermo paste on on the new chip. On the chips to the heat sinks.
Nah, but on their TikTok they show the employees cleaning and doing this. We clean our systems, blah blah blah. See, that's where they're getting their shit from. That's where they're getting criticism.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing. To me, I feel I can understand if you're actually putting like effort in refurbishing something. Yes, I think it's okay putting a premium price on something. Let's say you took out some chips and replaced them that's known to leak and stuff like that, and you put brand new thermo paste and you clean it out and it's like almost better than new, then I can understand having a premium price.
Yeah, like the 360. I have the OG 360 without it being refurbished. No ring light of death yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't put the thermal paste on there. So I'm like, well, what is it? The first model they ever came out with, the 360 has the and they didn't,
real bad one.
Oh yeah, the one that I have probably. Knock on wood, still works, but I barely use it. Thermal paste is mandatory on that.
Oh yeah, shoot. You ever heard about the point where people are taking towels and wrapping it around it and
I remember those things. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that actually worked, but
I don't know.
It's I think what it is because they have little solder balls behind one of those chips, and if it's very hard for someone to really do it properly. But see, it was just crazy. I can't believe they don't even open it up and clean them at least.
Have you ever heard of Lukey Games?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, they have a better refurbished department too, but their prices are also insane. But the rare games are the expensive part in Lukey Games. The other games are just normal price.
See, the thing is, it depends on the pricing. That's why I sent you that price chart.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. I'm like, you have to know more than I do about this shit, like, because
See, I had Panic restaurants at one point. I got lucky. I paid $50 for it, and the price was between when I bought it, it was 400 to $600, and it crashed for a while. It was about 300, and then when I finally sold it to get this arcade one up machine that's been has over 800 games on it, uh, I was like, I want it, but I was like I'm gonna I'll sell my Panic Restaurant so I don't have to fork out any real money. And I paid. I was got $400 for my Panic Restaurant. At that time, that was what it was going for. Now it's damn near $1,000 for Panic Restaurants loose.
But when I'm spending that money on a game, I want to see the picture of it. They don't even have a picture of the actual game. They just have a stock photo. DKOldies
Yeah.
does. Lukey Games does. DKOldies does not.
See, the thing is, if you're gonna get like a box copy, that would be nice to know. If it's just a loose cartridge, and most likely it's going to be a loose cart, and then unless they clean it, then yeah, have a little premium price to put almost. I think didn't you say Panic Restaurant was $2,000?
Yeah, Panic Restaurant, and what the hell was that other game?
Like Little Samson and
Little Samson, yeah, and then there's Stunt Racer, which is $800. But on Lukey Games, I just found out it's $900 for Stunt Racer.
See, I'm more scared about DKOldies because we know what they don't do with their consoles. So now I'm wondering, people should they should get their games and like. I'm not saying get the real high price one, maybe like $50 game, open it up and see if it's the real thing.
Yeah, but it's funny, their gaming prices are where like GTA 5 on 360 is $60 right now.
What?
It's 2023, but GTA 3 on PS2 is $3 on DK. I have it on my video, and I said, I thought, I was like, these prices are everywhere. I mean,
it's outrageous. That's why a lot of times I go to the game stores.
Yeah, GameStop is on like heart monitor. Like they're how are they still around?
Oh no, I'm talking about like retro game stores that like a mom and pop store.
Yeah.
Because like the one I go to locally, they refurbish their stuff for real. So they have a little bit of premium price, but they not only they clean their stuff, they work on their
That's
stuff.
who you trust, yeah. But then you got GameStop. Why does GameStop use sandpaper on the outside of their consoles refurbished? Every single one.
I hear a lot of times
you see what you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think sometimes they'll use that magic eraser. It's
but I question like what every console. I see these YouTubers, big YouTubers doing it, refurbishing. I'm like, every single one has that matte finish. They scratched it. It's a fetish. I don't know.
No, it's probably what they do is they'll probably like something gone or probably like some idiot was like, hey, I'll put my soda can on there, and like I see that's the one thing that the Japanese fought. That's a rumor. They fought us Americans anytime back in the 80s and 90s that we would put our soda cans on top of the like NES and it would leak in there. So that's why supposedly we got the Super Nintendo we got. So you couldn't actually do that. But I'm just saying these prices just out fucking rageous. But like I said, if they actually refurbished them properly and made them damn near better than new. Even let's say like they take a system, like nowadays they'll take an NES and they'll put an HDMI port on them.
Yeah,
like that's why like I go to my local game stores. I have this really old system that I'm trying to get repaired. It's called the RCA Studio 2. And I told them, you guys can mod this to get it working.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, because I want to play the fucking thing.
Well, DKOldies can do it. You can just send it to them, but nah, they probably would like get rid of yours and get one of theirs and just swap it and say, "Oh, it's fixed."
Yeah. Well, but you know what I was hearing? Some people were actually getting good trade-in value from them, though. I'm like if that's true, great. But that's probably the only good thing you can really talk about is that they have really good trade-in value. But
Probably.
have you seen some of those videos they do, those shorts? It's like a minute. They're like, oh, the guy's like, oh, uh, does a video where this guy ordered a system, games, and he goes through the whole thing. He just randomly picks up a system.
Yeah,
And,
it's all bullshit acting.
yeah.
Like at this point.
Well, what's weird is that sometimes they have no shame. There was one point they pulled out like a PS2 controller, but it was a third party.
Yeah, that's
So,
their thing with the third party controllers. I'm sure you've seen that.
yeah, I've seen them do that several times. I'm like, you're paying a premium price and you're not even getting a first party
But
controller.
here's the thing they have on their policy. They don't want any fake games or fake stuff being sent to them. But they're selling that third party controller. And I got slammed in the comments about that. I said, "Oh, that does the controller doesn't count as fake." I'm like, "Are you sure?" I don't know.
It's it depends. I mean, there's some companies called like there's one called Hori. They're very good, reliable. But then you get like God, that old one that just went down in flames. I think it was Wildcats, where they are garbage. They are considered one of the worst ones,
Mad
and that
Cats?
yeah, I think it's Wildcats. I think that's what it's called, but it's more retro, like during like the
I've heard of Mad Cats, but
Mad Cats. There you go.
they've been around for years.
Yeah, and their controllers were crap.
Yeah, Toys R Us sold those.
But I mean, there's sometimes third-party controllers be good. I mean, depends. I mean, you see third-party controllers nowadays easily for all types of systems. Like you go Walmart and you can see that.
Yeah, but if I'm going to buy an old Nintendo 64 for $500 in 2023, I want a real controller.
You know, it's crazy. I picked up a N64. God, at least 10 years ago, and at like a church garage sale kind of thing. And for like $15, and I couldn't make a profit on that at all. I eventually, my late wife, she just asked me, "It's like, do you just want to give it to my friend, and so they give it to our kid?" It's like, yeah, sure. I mean, it was worth a try to turn a profit. I'd rather have a
Hmm.
kid having fun with it than, you know, me holding on to a system that I already have. But it's just wild. I mean, like GameStop, GameStop was really hit hard when they were doing their retro uh initiative
Yeah, they're
with
getting hit hard with the digital downloads now too.
oh, it doesn't shock me.
That's gonna bury them completely.
But back the GameStop one is that when they were getting their retro games from people sending them in and where you the only way you can get the retro games is go on their website. You can get from common to extremely rare games, but then it's been well known that they don't check their shit. So customers will open it up and it would be fake. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember the whole PS2, was it PS3 thing back then? Someone got a thing of rocks.
yeah, I heard
That was famous back when PS3 was new.
yeah, I'm like if, what was
The Rock says,
the rocks? So I'm wondering, like, if they even check their games in DKOldies. Probably not. If they're not even making.
Look at the amount of inventory they have when you see their videos. You know
Oh
they buy them off eBay. You know they buy them off eBay.
yeah, that or I mean, people knows to sell it to them, but I was hearing that they were also some of the CDs get scratched. I mean,
Yeah.
like yeah, their inventory's nuts.
Oh, it's
Like,
crazy. And they just moved into that building. I think it's like an old Goodwill store. It's all run down on the outside. You cannot go in. It's not open to the public. Even
see
says it on
that that would be cool, kind of go in, but and look around at their games. So kind of hope to catch them slipping on something, but knowing them, probably not. They'll
Well,
probably like,
they say the guy, the Joey, the guy that's always in the video, he does coke.
yeah,
That's a rumor. He does cocaine. I don't know because of how he acts in the video.
he's too happy all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's the web manager, if you know what I mean. He's the spokesman. He's
so
not
he's
the
not,
owner.
so he's not the owner,
No, he's not the owner. He's the manager of um what the heck, social media, web, blah blah blah, whatever that's called.
but he's pretty much the face of the
Yeah,
company.
he's the face of it. Yeah.
So yeah, I thought he might have been the owner
And
because
you've seen, I don't know if you've seen the video I have on, they have the job opening, and
yeah.
one they do drugs in the back. Probably, I don't know. They might the way they act. I mean, they
I just like it's amazing. I hear they've been in business for a while
I
too.
didn't
So
hear about them until TikTok. I was like, they've been around for how long? I never heard of them.
I mean, I'm shocked. I never heard of them too. But I mean, I don't like I said, I don't really try to find this stuff online. I
No,
like
but you would think you would see them like like when you drive somewhere, especially if you're in Pennsylvania. You'd think
yeah.
they would advertise.
Oh yeah, especially be open to the public because the thing is, Pennsylvania is pretty heavily populated area, so you can people would travel from New York, New Jersey, or whatever.
Especially if they're in Hershey. You would think that they would have like a advertisement somewhere. That they're around the tourist trap, like Morgantown, and I have to look it up on Google Maps again.
But yeah, but like I would definitely pay a premium price if the systems and the games were like definitely as what they say is refurbished, but it's been well proven they don't.
I was thinking about buying a game, not a console, a game, and seeing how it comes. It's a CD.
Yeah,
Not gonna go broke to make video and end up not using it.
well, I mean, I thinking that's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind do like a $50 game or something like that. That's well, maybe that's on their freaking price for like 50 something bucks, but and see if it's even real when it comes in and if it's even clean. I mean, God forbid if they take like a little alcohol and a cotton swab and clean the damn thing out.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I was kind of thinking about this because I was like, I was watching RGT 85 and
yeah.
he was talking about this, but he brought up a good point saying that people were complaining about the prices. It's like, well, I mean, if you're paying the price, I mean, that's kind of on you doing that. And like, he is right about that. And like, if you're not smart enough to look it up, even just go to eBay. Like, you gotta be at least that smart to go check it on eBay.
I always check eBay.
And see, I go to price charting because that not only it does eBay, it also I believe does Amazon and does
Yeah.
it so it averages it. And I heavily and on my shows on my videos I use price charting. I'll show what this this game is going for, the box, the manual, whatever, brand new, if it's still factory sealed or
Yeah,
graded.
I can
I
see
like,
that being expensive.
yeah. So, yeah, I would love to try that out. But yeah, RGT 85's like brought up a good point about that, where like, you know, they're if you're gonna pay for it, I'm like, don't bitch about how much it is when you pay for it. Like, but they have the right to bitch if the product is in bad shape and how much you paid for it.
Yeah, if you can eat off it, fine. But if it comes in like dust bunnies fly out of it, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like what the
Or
hell?
not only that, I think uh Rich, when he got the PS2, it had a piece in there rattling. Like
Yeah,
like at least get that piece out of there. Clean it up, shoot it air around there. I guarantee you they probably just hook it up. Oh no, they probably plug it in, not even into a TV, plug it into an electric socket, and it's like and see the power light come on. It's like, oh, it works, and they throw it on top of the pile, probably.
yeah, pretty
But
much.
I mean, you figure if the premium they use, they get that they actually put some effort into this.
No, apparently they do on their video, but it's like wrestling. Different things happening off camera than they do on camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever they're doing off camera is not what they're doing on camera.
Oh, definitely. Like the place I went to buy that Panic restaurant. I mean, they look like they do that. I mean, they have like all these people in the stations, and it looked like they at least clean them and test this stuff.
Yeah.
But while GameStop doesn't, they
No,
well
God no.
they'll probably be like, oh,
Half the people
yeah,
that work at GameStop are all stoned anyway. They don't know what's going on. You walk
or
in
they
there, hey sir.
or they probably don't know what the hell you're asking for.
No, they're standing there picking their nose. They don't know what they're doing. I like, oh my, whatever.
They're probably like, "Oh yeah, I'll go get that disc out of the drawer," and I wouldn't ask their opinion on anything because I mean, see, I find it shocking how some of these people get a job at GameStop, but like,
Yeah, they get rid of the hard workers and keep the ones that don't do anything.
oh yeah, because
That's any company.
well, I mean, like you said, it's if it wasn't because the new systems that came out, and then I believe that whole thing with the stock with GameStop that was 2-3 years ago, um, with the Robin Hood deal, they would have been out of business by now. It's amazing they're still open.
Yeah,
And
and there are new shopping centers. I see it all the time. Brand new shopping center. There's a GameStop.
I don't even go
I'm
to them.
surprised.
I think I only been into one GameStop in a year.
I haven't been to one since probably Red Dead Redemption came out, brand new, the first one. That's how long
Yeah.
it's been.
Wow.
I've driven by. I don't think I might have forgotten if I went in there sooner, but since GTA 5 and RDR 1.
It's funny. They tried. Well, you should know this by now. Like most stores, they have all these knickknacks and toys and all this stuff everywhere when you get into like a store like that.
Yeah.
Well, GameStop did like half their stores like that now, and
Yeah,
now
every store does that. Even automotive stores does that. It's all stuff that they don't it's not about what they're selling. It's other things.
it's impulse buys. That's what it is. And then what's weird, before the pandemic happened, they had this initiative they started
Yeah.
where they had all these game stations. You could go in, you can pay by hourly, and you can play all types of systems and stuff.
Right.
And then the pandemic happened, and no, you didn't want to touch any of that stuff during the
Yeah, you
pandemic.
spray it with the Lysol first and then touch it.
Yeah, but I thought the pandemic would kill it off. But that one time I went in the GameStop, there was a family going in there to pay money to do it. It's like I'm like, and the way they were acting, I swear they never got customers to do it because they're like, oh, just get hooked up, finding controllers and stuff, and they act like I said, they act like they didn't know what they were doing. But yeah, I just wanted to really talk about the DK oldies situations. I mean, do you think they're gonna keep going with this?
It'll keep going. I mean, if anything, they'll change their way of things. I mean, it's getting exposure. And TikTok's blowing up about it. YouTube's
Mm.
blowing up about it. Now all the big guys are getting to it.
Oh,
So
definitely.
it's going to circle around. Maybe something will be done about it, but I don't know.
Well, I heard a rumor that maybe it's all a publicity stunt. Like
It'll
they
have to
said,
take a serious problem, like a lawsuit, for something to happen. It never can get fixed until something bad happens.
and I don't know if you could really sue them for this. I mean,
It is
you
kind of
could.
false advertising, though.
Oh, I agree. It is false advertising,
I
but
would feel bad if I sold a 360 or something and it came dirty. I clean everything I have is clean. Even if I sell it on eBay, I'm like, okay, it's clean, it's ready, it's tested.
yeah.
It's not like eBay where like parts are not working. Will it work? I don't know. And it's like $50. That's different.
Well, when you see on eBay it says parts
Yeah,
or
it's a gamble, but I've done it.
yeah,
I've done it. I've gotten one. Some work, some don't. Okay, I didn't blow the whole bank account over it.
yeah. But
DKOldies, I'd be pissed.
oh, definitely, especially like you're paying a premium. Like, actually, I went on there today and checked out a couple things. There was some stuff that looked reasonable. What was weird, I think they had an NES, Nintendo NES going for $100 by itself. It was a little under, give or take, but it had two controllers and just the system. Like, okay, then earlier on they have one with NES, two controllers, and a Mario and Duck Hunt, and it was like $50 more. I'm like, that cart that is not worth $50 more.
Nah,
Or
it's crazy. They call it player packs.
yeah,
So
player packs.
without the C, it's called PAK, like
Yeah,
pack like the wrestler.
but I was like, uh, but like Mario and Duck Hunt, that's like one of the most common games for the NES.
I thought that would be rare. Not rare, but worth a lot.
No, I mean they no, some of the systems came with that. Like is Mario and Duck Hunt. It was a packed in game, so like when they want to charge like I believe like I said $50. So I'm like that game is not worth $50. So I'm like I'd rather buy the cheap NES with two controllers than the one with the Mario Bros on there.
Yeah. Then it's a third party controller and it's not the real one. Then you're
Yeah,
like, they have it, but they charge you $60 for the original controller. You seen the option?
I seen where they say like, oh, cosmetic.
Upgrade.
It's like, oh, it's you have a good condition, or they have a cosmetic
But it doesn't matter
flaw.
because they both come out garbage.
Oh yeah, I mean, one
And the
might be
controller
great.
upgrade's also BS.
It's stupid. I'm like, unless you're gonna take you willing to take a third party controller, then you should get a discount for that
Yeah,
because
but it's the opposite.
that's just stupid. I see. I hate places that does that. Like that's why I rely on places I know than relying on websites. Oh shoot! You know what? I remembered about something. I remember going to a convention, Too Many Games, that's just outside Philadelphia.
Is it Oaks?
Yeah, Oaks,
Oaks,
Pennsylvania.
PA. I always hear about Oaks, PA game conventions.
Yeah. So I bought this, was one of my first NES reproduction games. This is called The Legend of Zelda Outland. And this is made by this version was made from 8-bit Evolution. So when I went to the con, I was asking, "Hey, you guys got that Legend of Zelda Outlands?" They're like, "Yeah, it's our last copy." So I bought it and I bring it home. It wasn't working, and I send them an email, and they're like, "Oh, just ship it out. We'll clean it up and bring it back." And like, okay, get it back, and it wasn't working still, and they blamed my NES. It's like, no, because like my NES was, I would pop something else in, it would work just fine. And I was having an argument with these people. And eventually, when I send it back, they're like, "Oh yeah, actually there was a chip that was in there bad." So, like, oh yeah, you're gonna blame the customer when I told you I know my system works. So I'm like, they eventually got it working, but here's the kicker: there's no, I'm not sure if there's a battery in here or there might be a dead battery in here. I should open it up,
Maybe
but
something's not soldered right. I don't know.
because when you're playing a Zelda game, you want to have your save. Well, when I'm playing this, you don't get keep your save.
Maybe there's a. I don't know. I see. I don't know how those cartridges work really. So maybe there's something missing.
Well, I one day I'm gonna open this up, but I had a real bad taste from like anytime I heard about 8-bit evolution. I was like, I wanted to tell people my story because I mean they were, blaming me or like,
It's
oh
all your fault. It's always your fault.
yeah. They're like, "Oh, your system might not be working properly, or it's dirty." I'm like, "Then why I play any other games? It would be fine." But yeah, it kind of reminded me about this. So plus, I was thinking about play this as a game review. But yeah, I wanted to sit down and talk to you about that because you've been covering this for
Yeah, I've
recent.
been covering it. I'm not going to cover it forever, but the stuff just I keep finding stuff about it, and a lot of people keep finding stuff about it. I actually cover stuff that people aren't covering about it. So if you're like serious gamers like you,
Yeah.
see this and then be like, wait a minute, this is bullshit. Because you have all those games behind you. They would probably buy your game collection. Probably, I don't know how much money, but we offer good money for new games and this and that. Whatever. They change your spiel every time on TikTok
Well, I mean,
or
like
YouTube.
I said, I heard they're trading. I mean, RGT 85 said he actually had a good experience where he sold his stuff to them. Like, I think he got between 50 and 60%. Like, that's about
They
what.
have a price chart.
Well, I hear you send the list of the games and they'll give you a price and they would PayPal you. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I would try that, but my luck, I would probably get like $5. GameStop will give you like 10 cents.
Yeah.
Game-
Oh well, dude. There's a chain out here called Vintage Stock, and oh my god, they're horrible in their trading values. A lot of times, I'll just sell my stuff at the video game store because one, I probably want to pick something up from there, and they know me, and they're like, "Hey, because one is that um, I'm always there almost every week,
yeah, they
so."
see your face and like, okay, they'll oncoming customers that keep coming back, they'll give you like a deal or something.
Yeah, they'll work with you
Yeah, if
because
you're a regular.
yeah, if you're a regular and you buy a lot of stuff, or you they'll work with you, and that's what's cool about some of these mom and pop stores. That and it wouldn't. It's not only that I had good experience at pawn shops that I had that I was doing a lot of business with, and it's just the rapport you have to have with some of these companies. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. So, unless you have anything else to bring up,
Not much. I mean, you kind of get to deal with DKOldies now and stuff. I mean, there
yeah,
is other sites out there that I have covered. There
yeah,
that are out there like Retro Games of Denver.
that sounds familiar.
I have a video. I did not hear about it until I did a video of it because someone told me, "Hey, Retro Games of Denver. They're local. They're small business, and they're in Denver, Colorado, obviously.
Yeah,
And their prices are decent. And I actually did like what I saw on there because they do have an Atari printer.
hmm.
Like, there's a printer, and I'm like, what
You
is
know,
this?
you know what?
I
It
think
wouldn't
it's an
shock
Atari.
me. You know what? I think there's actually a game. Get get this. You think I'm gonna be shitting you on this, but there is a Game Boy add-on uh you could use for a sewing machine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But there is. So I'm
I
like,
have
it's
to look up
amazing.
that.
Yeah. And I think
Oh
for the
god.
I think they were gonna do the same thing for the Nintendo Famicom, where like it would do like a knitting a shirt or something and some kind of design or something like that. But it's amazing about retro stuff. But yeah, it was great to sit down and talk to you about this. I've been kind of thinking about it. It's like I want to throw my opinion out there
Yeah,
about
throw
them.
your opinion, and if you see anything else, don't mind. Throw your opinion out there. Like, there's a lot of people are talking about it still,
Yeah,
and I've covered. I think I've covered everything on it, though. Honestly, because I've there's nothing else on the site. They update their eBay more than their website,
you know what? That wouldn't shock me. I mean,
and
there's
their
some.
eBay and the photos on their eBay are real compared to their pictures on their website. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, I mean, I I wonder how hard is it to update your website. And see, the thing is, I wish some companies or websites would remove stuff that has been out of stock. Like when you go to a certain thing, it'll have one thing, and then the rest of the page is out of stock. I'm like, then why do you even bother have this selection? You know?
yeah, but it's like I'm trying to think. I know some of them sell PC gaming stuff too, not DKOldies, the other sites, and their prices are like 1,500. I know Drew just
No
bought a
shit.
PC game console,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know anything about I know nothing about PC gaming at all, so I
I
can't really have an opinion on it.
I am same way. I mean, I used to play PC games, but like in the '90s and early 2000s, but now no. Like I'm more on consoles and playing retro shit all the time.
Yeah, I don't even have PS5 new consoles yet. There's PS5 is now available everywhere.
Yeah, see, that's one thing for me. I would wait
I'm
until the
kind of waiting.
that's what well, until they kind of leave the PS4 behind. That's when I'll move up because I got a PS4 Pro, and I'm only little bit of step behind from the PS5 with my Pro. And
Yeah,
honestly,
and it's the only game that really I'm missing out on is Tekken 8, and that's pretty much it. There's other games that are coming up for both.
yeah, and they're smart enough at least to keep making games for both because I mean PlayStation had uh like over 100 million PlayStation 4 out there. Same thing with the Switch. It has over 100 million sold, but they're still smart enough to put games on the PlayStation 4, and they don't just say, "Oh, the PS5 is out, so screw you who had the PS4."
I'm sure they'll announce something.
Oh yeah,
But
I went
I don't
down.
play. I don't play it all day long. I don't play like I used to. I don't play like 24 hours a day.
I play mine like not as much as I want to. I mean, I'm known playing Fortnite,
Fortnite
but
killed my PS4 kind of. I have the old one where the fan noise was so loud, it sounded like a hairdryer.
oh yeah, what's weird? I'll be playing on my Switch and it drains the battery.
Ew.
And my ex-girlfriend, she has the Switch OLED and it looks amazing on it. Like while mine looks like shit and it chugs. So I was like, but that's pretty much it, man. You want to plug your shit?
But what was that?
You want to plug your channel?
Yeah,
Or
follow me. It's the Costanza. I'm everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, YouTube, everywhere. You can't. I don't have any different names anywhere else. So all one name.
and you guys can follow me at Casey is Raw Gaming and Wrestling on YouTube and Casey is Raw on Twitter. So thank you everyone and we are out. Thank you.
Adios.